Alrighty guys, we're going back to some more Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles. Last episode, we started making our way here to Ivalice Castle in order to save Alma. Along the way though, we ran into some deserters from the Southern Sky, and upon defeating him, actually ran into Orin, the man we had met a few episodes ago, who told us that he was actually hunting those deserters. After we had a little chat with him, we learned that he also doesn't believe in this war, and neither does Orlando, and if we somehow had evidence that linked the underworkings of the actual villains to this war, that maybe, just maybe, they would lay down their swords. And so we were tasked with a little dilemma where we can either reveal the book that we got, or take it to Ivalice Castle in order to save Alma. After that, we made it here to the walled city of Yardro, where we met a brand new party member, a guest member by the name of Rafa, who is a Sky Seer, and she is to accompany us here to Ivalice Castle. And so, in this episode, let's see if we can save Alma. But before that, if you guys do like this video and this series, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It'll really help me out, and it'll help make sure you don't miss any upcoming videos. With all that out of the way, let's get into it. So, a couple of quick things to do. I forgot I also have a ton of chocobos I have to sort through. But Ramza got enough XP, or JP I believe, in order to get Shiradori. So, we can go ahead and grab that, and then we'll go ahead and swap him back to being a ninja, so we'll change our job there.
Feels good.
And we will give him his equipment that he wants. We want throw, metal. Actually, don't even really want throw, but better than nothing. We're going to throw on Shiradori here, and we're going to throw on Brawler. Delivers more powerful barehanded attacks. And then we'll go ahead and auto set that, and there we go. He's now also incredibly powerful, just like Sigurd here. Basically the exact same, but Sigurd has martial arts. As for Musadio, nothing's changed. Agrias, unfortunately, nothing's changed. She does have a little bit more JP, so let's see, can we grab Chakra? Not yet. But what we can do with Conchessa here, she has 1200 JP, so we can go ahead and grab... We're actually almost done with these. We'll grab Bahamut for fun. We're actually not even going to be using the Summoner for very much longer, especially once we get Arithmetician. There's certain jobs we want to grab from like the Black Mage and the White Mage to use with Arithmetician, but for now we can just keep picking up some more Summoner abilities. So, with that taken care of, I noticed one thing that I wish I would have checked at the end of last episode, but I didn't. Here in reading materials, we actually got this Mesa's Musings during one of the... errands last episode, so I just want to take a second to read this. If you guys don't want to watch it, just skip ahead to where we actually get into combat, but I'll go ahead and just read Mesa's Musings. It's a fictional work depicting the life of the savior Mesa. The book is badly damaged with only the introduction remaining legible. The Lankum Islands, 1822. Your prognosis, Hyman. Can we shake him? Can't make any promises, but I'll do my damnedest, sir. Let's, sir, be on the lookout. Understood. We've come all this way. It cannot end here. The Hero King. The Gloria. This beauty was passed down to me by my late father. She was built utilizing the most advanced technology of the time and has seen us through our most ambitious adventures, some of which likely qualified as too ambitious. The years of wear and tear eventually resulted in us turning her in for repairs. We had her fitted with enhancements. While on the outside, she remains the same. She's now a beast of a different nature. The latest surge of innovations has allowed us to not only increase our output by 30 times, but do so on 1/10 of the fuel. The Gloria is our most trusted friend and ally. As our crew members, who have grown tenfold over the years, have come to say, she's the ship that will carry us to the skies of freedom. 1.5 decades have passed since I left my homeland of Valtheim behind. Despite my very best efforts, I have explored but a fraction of what the vast world has to offer. The love of adventure is something I inherited from my father. It has taken me too many places and lined my pockets with gold and other treasures beyond compare. It was never for material gain, however, that I traveled. My journey continues to simply because I cannot rest until I find Calix Thuan, the City of Gold. I must accomplish what my father could not. A woman's distressed voice traveled through the voice pipes. Captain, Captain Rickson, please report to the bridge post-haste. What's happened? I asked. We will soon be arriving at the Lankam's Island, sir. Excellent. I'll be right there. Quickly throwing on garments, I dashed down to the lower levels where the bridge was located. Thank you for coming on such short notice, Captain. Blitzer's voice reverberated through the bridge's voice pipes. Blitzer is our head of surveillance and operates our Magitech radars. Her main task is to keep watch of the surrounding skies and the grounds below for anything unusual. Ah, is that what you wish to show me? In the expansive seas that unfolded before us, I spotted islands the size of grains of rice upon the horizon. Yes, we finally made it. 3 years and 5 months have passed since we began this journey. I'm surprised I managed to get us this far. You got us this far? I'm the reason this ship stayed aloft for as long as it did. That is Hyman, our pilot, and this is Abdul, our engineer. Without their support, it would have been impossible to come this far. Congratulations, Chief! Cannon, our weapons specialist, entered the command room with a clamor. I first came across Cannon in Vathic, where we had stopped to refuel. He was being assailed by a group of men who had downed one pint too many. I stepped in to defend him, and he has called me Chief ever since. Shortly after that incident, I brought him aboard the Gloria to replace one of our artillerymen. As for his skill, let's just say he is improving daily. It's a tad early for congratulations, Cannon. After all, this is just the beginning. What? Just the beginning? Ah, that's right. There's something I forgot to tell you. According to the notes my father left behind, Calixthuin, the City of Gold, resides nestled amongst these islands, the Lankam Islands. In the ancient tongue, Calixthuon means man of gold. According to legend, it was the name of a king that once perished over one of the Lankam Islands. It is said that his island was blessed by the gods themselves, for their mountains abounded in gold. Calixthuon was the one to begin excavating these riches. Through large-scale mining operations, he gained abundance enough to build an empire. Their nation was awash with wealth. Everything from tiny everyday goods to luxury items was made of gold. This abundance, however, soon drew the attention of the Ronkins. The city that soon flourished during the Middle Ages soon fell under their imperial rule. Or so it goes in the child's fable, The Tales of Damoon, and where this narrative ends, my father's begins. In his notes, he describes what he learned about the City of Gold through his travels. Near the end of our journey, we landed at a small fishing village to replenish our supplies. There, I met a man at a local tavern who claimed to be Calixthuin's last descendant. I was listening to him with only half-hearted enthusiasm, since he was known as everything of a fabulist in town. After a while, however, the discussion took a rather interesting turn. He told me that shortly before Calixthuin was overtaken by Ronka, they sealed the entirety of their wealth within a pair of stone gates. 4 royal retainers, known as the Blackguard, saw the deed done. Each had something called a keystone, and they are the only thing that can now break the seal upon the gates. All 4 keystones must be placed into the lock, or as he referred to it, the passive. Doing so will cause the stone gates located somewhere in the Lankam Islands to open. Acting on a hunch, I mentioned to the elderly man that I had obtained something resembling this key from the Tower of the Dead. Upon revealing it to him, tears began to well in his eyes. Lullaby, he whispered. It was as though the word the people of Calixthuon used to praise their god, slipped unconsciously from his mouth. Hearing it made my blood sing. The man was no fabulist. He spoke the truth. Somewhere in the Lankam Islands, behind closed gates, the riches of Calixthuin slumber. It is no doubt a treasure beyond reckoning. Yet it is not a love of gold that drew me into this pursuit. Generation after generation of seasoned treasure hunters have tried and failed to learn the whereabouts of this place. I simply hope to be the one to finally unravel the mystery. The road there is long and winding. Mayhap if I am unsuccessful, I will have to leave such dreams to my progeny, who will have access to faster and more streamlined airships. Thus, finding the City of Gold fell to me, his son. With rapid advances in technology in recent years, the power to achieve this dream is in my grasp. I see, Cannon, who was hearing the story for the first time, stared at me with a bewildered look in his eye. It was abundantly clear that he had been unaware of our true objective for traveling to the Lankam Islands. While I am partially to blame for the confusion, I would be willing to bet good Gil that Abdul also provided our artillerymen with some rather misleading facts. Yes, and it is a dream that we have all in common, all come to share, right Abdul? Blitzer? Indeed. Absolutely. Me too, Chief. Please let me share. That moment, the Gloria trembled, and the alarms began blaring. Was that an explosion? Everyone, to your stations! Blitzer, learn where that came from. Yes, sir. I pray to the gods it's not them. Another explosion resounded, rocking the ship. Incoming at 12 o'clock, Captain. Seas and speed indicate a fleet of 4, nay 5, nay 6 battleships. They are of Palamecian origin, sir. Your orders? Palamecian Empire is a military superpower that has gained control over more land than any other nation. They have been pursuing me since I made a wager with them. We will not be taken down. Not today, Hyman. Move us into the clouds ahead. They should obscure us for long enough to slip into the northern Neshalem Mountains. Affirmative. Shortly thereafter, we ascended into the rain clouds above. With the arrival of airships, people began developing aerial combat strategies. Of these, cloud stealthing is one of the most difficult to master. Despite all of the advances in technology, Magitech radars remain unable to track airships in clouds. It removes all visibility and is akin to disappearing into a smokescreen. The main disadvantage is that this maneuver only works when the sky is dense with clouds. Captain, we will soon be entering the Isle of Neshalem territory. Excellent. Please begin our descent. Let's find a place to hide away on the western ridge. Isle of Neshalem. The Lancome Isles are located off of the continent's far eastern coast. The Isle of Neshalem is the largest among them. Here there are 2 primary settlements. In an alp to the west are sprawling farmlands where the people live in prosperity off the land. To the east, hugged by twin peaks, lies a bustling fishing village. We managed to avoid the Palamecian warships and land amongst the island's western summits. After remaining aboard for a stretch of time to ensure it was safe to proceed, we made our way to Kowloon. Kowloon is the largest city in the west of Neshalem. There, we replenished our supplies and attempted to gather what information we could regarding the City of Gold. Is it true, Hyman? Unfortunately, it seems the road ahead is fraught with danger. As for the perilous adventure to which Hyman refers... Is everyone back on board? Good. Hyman, mind explaining to these lads what you're talking about? Certainly, if you could all gather around and take a look. This is our current position, the western mountains of Neshalem. This is where we want to be. The cluster of islands where the City of Gold is supposedly located. According to the results of our investigation, there are a total of 8 islands, none of which are large enough for us to land an airship on. Which means the Gloria will need to remain airborne while we explore each island. I'm unsure our fuel can last that long, Abdul interjected, brow furrowed. Our target is about 280,000 sectors away from where we are now. We cannot afford to take multiple trips there and back. So we will be unable to refuel while we are over there. Precisely. To quickly review our situation, nearby islands are too small for us to make a landing, so we will need to remain suspended in the air during the duration of each visit. Considering the ship's weight, that would consume more fuel than any forward movement would. We suspect Kaluxian is located 280,000 sectors away from where we are now. It is not a distance easily traversed. Filling our fuel tank to the brim, we set off on what we suspected was the shortest route to our destination. Whatever it takes, we find our way back here to the Isle of Neshalem. The maximum amount of fuel we can carry at any given time is 16,000 HP. A trip from one island to another will consume 500. We should be able to tour all the islands and return to Neshalem on just 15,000 HP if we are frugal with our consumption. The following activities will deplete fuel: moving, hovering, damage to the ship, repairs to the ship. Please keep in mind there will be no place to refuel. The moment we reach 0 HP is when our journey comes to a permanent end. A total of 8 islands, 4 of them are regions that were once overseen by the Blackguard. The rest are where the treasures potentially lie stashed away. Our first order of business, however, would be to find the 4 keystones. Without them, we would have no hope of unlocking the stone gates that divide the world from Calixthuin's wealth. Listen everyone, this trip is a dangerous one. We'll be exploring a multitude of uninhabited islands on bought time and limited fuel. Added to that, the Palamecians are hot on our tail. There are also a great many other unknown factors that face us. If you want to back out, now's your chance. Do you still intend to join me? Captain, do you need to even ask? Of course we're going with you. Aye, my heart flutters with excitement at the thought. Captain, I invested 3 years and 5 months in this journey. I'd be a fool to quit at such a critical juncture. Let's get a move on, Chief. We've got treasure to find. I don't know what to say. Thank you, everyone. Now let's continue full steam ahead. Sir. Within the next few days, we made it to the island where we suspected the City of Gold, Calixduin, once flourished. On our arrival, we gathered together to discuss how we should proceed. And that is where we are. We have confirmed that there are 8 islands in this area. This is where the Gloria is, in the exact center of this circlet of islands. Let us refer to this as the central point. It will cost 100 HP to move from this central point to another region. We can proceed to one of the following: the northwest, northeast, southwest, or southeast. Each area has 2 islands. Moving from one island to another will cost an additional 100 HP. Due to the storm clouds that populate the sky, flying from the northwest to the northeast or from the southwest to the southeast consumes significant more fuel. Each trip will cost 300 HP. To avoid this, the best solution would be to return to the central point once before moving to the next island. While what you propose is efficient, what of us not being able to land? These islands are not vast. We should be able to cover each of them in about 1 day. It will take about 500 HP for us to keep the shift aloft while we conduct our search on the ground. Roger. Let us ready for departure, everyone. In position. Yes, sir. Do I get to play this? Captain, we've made it to the central point. What would you like to do next? We get to play this? So I did a little research. These are brand new to the Final Fantasy Tactics Ivalice Chronicles. I believe this was only originally in the Japanese version of the game. It's the first time we actually get these storybooks. There's 4 of them total, but I did find the solution here, I believe. So we're going to start by moving. Captain, we can travel to any island from this point. They are all equal distant from where we are, so the amount of fuel needed will remain the same. Where'd you like to go? We're going to go to the north. We want to go to the northwest, I believe. Captain, to the northeast are the Marzian Islet and the Isle of Abronia. To the northwest are Kiko Island and the Island of Delights. Where would you like to go? We're going to go to the northwest, because we want to go to the Kikyo Islands. Where in the northwest would you like to go? We're going to go to the Kiko Islands. Captain, we have arrived above Kiko Island. Where would you like to go? We're going to explore on Kiko. Logbook, Kiko Island. We descended on Kiko Island hoping to uncover the City of Gold. This island remained completely unaffected by the massive explosion that occurred in the Palamecian capital. As we were making our way back to the Gloria, I spotted a small temple hidden away in a cave. While decrepit in the outside, inside was a plethora of exquisite treasures. There we discovered a pair of enormous doors. Reacting to the Kazsiv's presence, they quietly slid open. We made our way through a long, narrow tunnel. It opened up into a space with an altar, which had been built over a lake bed. Upon it rested a dully glowing red orb. Mesa Rixon has discovered the Black Guard's red orb. Okay, and now we're back above Kiko Island. We're going to, I believe, move to a neighboring island, and we're going to go southwest now. I actually don't think I want to go to any of those. Oh no, we have to go back to the center every time, don't we? Okay, so we'll go back to the center then. Return to the central point. Then we're going to go south this time. We're going to go south. And then we're going to go... Both are the exact same thing, so we'll go southwest. To the Balnevarben Island is where we want to go. To the Balnevarben Island. Captain, we have arrived above Balnevarben Island. What would you like to do? Let's explore. Logbook, Balnavarban Island. We descended on Balnavarban Island hoping to uncover the City of Gold. The official name of this place is Valenvia Vinicius Island. Scrawled above the walls of a cave are the words, "Man does not live by a bread alone," a quote inscribed by a warlord chief who devastated the land and the island's people. As we were making our way back to Gloria, I spotted a small temple hidden away in a cave. Well, decrepit, yep. Discovered a pair of enormous cerulean-stained doors. We had no way of opening them, so we simply left them be. Oh. Shoot. I went in the wrong order. Palmesian airship is approaching. Crew, prepare for battle. Sir, the enemy approaches in Galleon-class Palmesian warships. Galleon class? Those are colossal in size. We must be careful. Sir. Captain, your orders? Let's evade attacks and flee. We won't be able to avoid the impact. Attack incoming. Brace for impact. Wait, it missed? Has ship been damaged? Some residual energy struck the control room. Had there been a direct hit? Indeed. All hands remain at your stations. Captain, your orders? Let's return fire. We need to hit them with everything we have. Sir, a tense atmosphere settled over the Gloria. Prepare the artillery. Let's use Magitech cannon. Brace for shock. Fire the main cannon. Our taxi going to land. We've hit the enemy. It has them in a panic. Let's use this to our advantage and retreat. Keep damaging to a minimum is a priority, sir. Managed to escape, sir. According to the Magitech radar, there are no other airships in the near vicinity. Excellent, Abdul. How's the ship? This is Abdul. Damage is as follows. The sleeping quarters are badly damaged. We'll need to use 50 HP to repair them. Our ability to fly shouldn't be affected. Good. If you do come across any issues, however, I ask that you make the necessary repairs. I'm in. Let us continue ahead at full speed. Sir. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate because I went the wrong direction first. But we're going to go northeast now. I think we have to have a certain orb in order to open certain doors. So let's move. We've only gone through 1,000 so far. So we're going to go to the north this time instead. I didn't think there was actually an order we had to go in. We want to go northeast to the Isle of Arbonia. So let's go northeast. The Isle of Arbonia. Or Abronia. And, ooh, let's explore. That was close. Logbook, Isle of Arbonia. We had descended upon Arbonia hoping to cover the City of Gold. In times past, when men believed in the overgods, they searched fervently for the Isle of Arbonia. It is here that the hallowed forbidden fruit could supposedly be found. As we were making our way back to the Gloria, I spotted a small temple. Well decrepit on the outside, inside was a plethora of exquisite treasures. We discovered a pair of enormous scarlet-stained doors. Reacting to the Cassiv's presence, they quietly slid open. We made our way through a long, narrow tunnel. It opened into a space with an altar, which had been built over a lake bed. Upon it rested a dully glowing blue orb. We got the blue orb now. So now, I'd like to return to the central point, hopefully not get into a fight. Yep, okay. We're gonna have to fight here, unfortunately. Galleon-class warships. Those are colossal in size, so we must be careful. Your orders, let's defend and flee. Heat flare detected, attack incoming. Stand fast. Our defenses held. Get us out of here. Managed to escape, sir. According to the Magitech radar, there are no other airships. Ooh, we're good. The sub propeller is down. We will need to use 100 HP to repair it. Our ability to fly shouldn't be impacted. Okay, we survived that one. We're going to return to the central point. This time we're going southwest. It's a little unfortunate we wasted a little bit of HP, but we're so fine. Let's move southwest now, since I should have done this last time. Should have just went in the right order. South. And we're going to go southwest. Then we want to go to the Balnivarben Island. Same place we were at last time that had the cerulean doors this time. Now we're going to explore it, and because we have the blue orb, we should be able to open up the door here. We haven't even gone through a third of our HP yet, and we only have 2 more destinations to get to. Yep, we already know. There's no way to fast forward this, unfortunately, so we're just going to start clicking A. Since we've already read through all this. I think there's like enough HP, so that way you can theoretically make a few mistakes. So there's the enormous cerulean stained doors. It reacts to the Cassiv's presence. We made our way through a long, narrow tunnel. It opened up into a space with an altar, which had been built over a lake bed. Upon it rested a dully glowing white orb. So now we have the white orb, so now we need to go to the back to the northwest. Actually, I didn't think we were going to be going to the northwest at all again. So return to central point. Okay, we made it back with no interruptions. I didn't mean to check the Cassiv, but you can see it right there. That's pretty cool. We're going to go to the northwest. Where we want to go to the Island of Delight this time. So north. And then, I guess you can hold RB to go a little bit quicker. Northwest. The Isle of Delights. Explore. Here we go, the Isle of Delights. We descended on the Isle of Delights, hoping to uncover the City of Gold. The Isle of Delights, ruled by the goddess Valyria, once upon a utopia. With the rise of the Calixthuians, however, this place fell to ruin. It has since been returned to the wild. As we were making our way back to Gloria, I spotted a small temple. There we discovered a pair of enormous ivory-colored doors. Reacting to the Cassiv's presence, they quietly slid open. We made our way through a long, narrow tunnel. It opened up into a space with an altar, which had been built over a lake bed. Upon it rested a dully glowing black orb. Mesa Rickson has discovered the Blackguard's black orb. So now we'll return to the center because we have finally procured all 4 keystones. Now all we need to do is uncover the location of the stone gates. Crew members smiled, and the Gloria once again took flight. We are close to the end. I can almost taste it. There is but one last hurdle to find the gates. Many treasure hunters, including my father, have never gazed upon the riches that lie within them. We, however, will soon be given the opportunity to do that which they could not. In that moment, another blast shook the Gloria. Another explosion? Everyone to your stations. Litzer, identify the enemy. Understood, sir. The rumble of another explosion was followed shortly by tremors. Voice reverberated through the Gloria, dispersed by Magitech waves. Attention, this is Captain Kimbris of Squadron 3 of the Palamecian Empire speaking. Captain Mesa Rickson of Squadron 8, you are hereby... Oh, Captain Mesa Rickson of Squadron 8, you are hereby accused of treason and are to be taken into custody. Surrender yourself to us immediately, or we will open fire. This is not a request, this is an order. Kimbris Corliss, the most ruthless of the 12 Squadron captains. What should we do, Captain? They have a fleet of 15 large ships, all galleon class. We cannot win this. We should escape. Litzer, there are thunderclouds to the rear of us, correct? Aye, they're quite significant in size. Excellent. Hyman, move us into them at full speed. Sir, they are storm clouds. One mistake and we struck from the sky. Then we better not make any mistakes. Surely you jest. Certainly may seem that way. I am, however, very serious. Captain. Sir, they are about to enter a storm cloud. Huh, a desperate ploy. While his bravery is admirable, I see he is as reckless as ever. I doubt he even realizes it is precisely this recklessness that has led him down this unfortunate path. Captain, shall we pursue them? The Craven have no place in the New World. See that every last one of them is annihilated. None shall interfere with the Emperor's grand design. Now ready all cannons and fire. Yes, sir. Engage all sources of power and press forward at full speed. Sir, there's no way to evade them. Everyone, prepare for impact. Has any damage been done to the Gloria? Captain, another attack is incoming. Your prognosis, Hyman. Can we shake them? Can't make any promises, but I'll do my damnedest, sir. Litzer, be on the lookout. Understood. We've come all this way. It cannot end here. The enemy approaches in galleon-class Palmesian warships. Their squadron captain leads the charge. Stand strong. Captain, your orders? We want to evade attacks and flee. I thought that was the whole plan. We've been hit. Remain at stations. Let's defend attacks and flee. We won't be able to escape them. We need to return fire. We need to hit them with everything we have. Sir, a tense atmosphere settled over the Gloria. Prepare the artillery. Use Magitech cannon. The attack sailed past the enemy ship. Oh my god. Can we just evade? Okay. Maneuver us into position and fire. Roger, disengaging Mako drive and diverting all power to the cannon. 80% charged, 90% charged. Brace for the flash and recoil. 100% charged. Fire. What is this light? The amount of Magitech emanating from it's tremendous. No, it cannot be. They cannot possibly have a Magitech cannon aboard that ship. It has yet to even be... Direct hit confirmed. That ship has been annihilated. Abdul, damage report. What is the Gloria's status? No issues detected so far. Good. Now let us quickly depart from here. We actually survived that? Holy. Abdul? What's wrong, Cannon? The chief used to be the captain of Squadron 8 of the Palamesian Empire. Aye, I used to be an airship engineer from the Palamesians. Blitzer and Hyman once worked aboard their vessels too. In fact, more than half our crew did. Why were we being chased by them? Are they not supposed to be our allies? It's a rather long story. Abdul, sir, we have finished with the inspection. I'll be right there. I shall speak to you later, Cannon. But Abdul... Captain, we've made it to the central point. All right, let's go ahead and move to the southeast. South? East to Poseidon's Reef. Southeast. And we want to go to Poseidon's Reef. Let's explore. Logbook, Poseidon's Reef. We descended on Poseidon's Reef, hoping to uncover the City of Gold. It is said that this island was named after the god of the seas, Poseidon. Perhaps, however, it is the other way around, and the god himself was named after the ancient magical kingdom of Poseidium that once resided here. As we were making our way back to the Gloria, spotted a small temple hidden away in a cave. There we discovered a pair of enormous obsidian-colored doors. Reacting to the Cassiv's presence, they quietly slid open. What is this place? I whispered to myself. The doors had opened up into a long tunnel. Sensing danger, I decided to return to the airship to call for assistance. Upon our return, and after making the necessary preparations, we began exploring the tunnel. This must lead us to the rear entryway. We walked for some time through the underground tunnel. It eventually led us outside. We came out on the far end of the island. Captain, what if we were to ascend that hill? From there, we should be able to see everything. At Hyman's suggestion, we made our way up the slope. Impossible. In the notebook left to me by my father, a mysterious crest was penciled into the margin. As I peered down at the landscape below, I noticed something interesting. From atop the hill I was on, I could clearly see the forest trees had been cut away in certain parts and replaced with grass. These pastures formed that exact same symbol. I rushed to open my notebooks. I rushed to open my notes and find that page. A closer inspection of it revealed an emblem drawn at the center of the crest. We decided to travel to the spot it indicated in the grass. Upon reaching our destination, we found a fist-sized stone left lying there. In it, we noticed there was a key-shaped hole in one side. Why is there a keyhole in this rock? Not expecting it to work, we nevertheless attempted to insert the cassive into the stone. It was a perfect fit. Slowly, we turned the key. Rock and key crumbled to dust. From it emerged a light green stone. What happened? Further miracles were yet to come. Stone began to absorb light from the sun, which had peeked into the sky, drawing in all brightness around it. It then converged into a single, focused beam directed at the hill upon which we had once stood. Following the ray, we hurriedly made our way to where it led us. We reached the end of the shaft of light. What could possibly be here? Surveying the area, we came across a peculiar boulder. The moment we touched it, it slid away, revealing to us a dark cave. These must be the legendary stone gates. There's no doubt where the hidden treasures lay. Let's push forward, Captain. We're here. We finally made it. Come on, Captain. Let's enter. Chief, hurry. Don't fall behind. With visions of wealth swimming through our minds, we stepped into the cave, which opened into a large hall. At its center was a single chest. We cautiously approached, and with bated breath, we opened it. Inside was nothing. Nothing but a single sheet of parchment. You did well to make it this far, lads. While this may not be the wealth you expected to find, it is no reason to be disappointed. The memories and friends you made along the way are the real treasure. Bro, we just got the treasure is the friends you made along the way. Oh, God. Arranging this was far from an easy task. I had to prepare all these keystones and then spread tales about them in the lost city of Caluxduin. It required a lot of imagination and dedication. Thankfully, it eventually took on a life of its own, and here you are. I've got to give it to you. I've got to give it to myself. I did a pretty good job. Thanks for sticking with me this far and allowing me to pull off the world's greatest prank. Sattler Rickson. Sattler Rickson? That's my late grandfather's name. So both my father and I fell for his outrageous trick. Upon finishing the letter, I felt not anger, but a deep sense of fatigue. Blitzer caught me as I collapsed. I do not know what to say. I'm sorry, everyone. I put your lives at risk and time again over the last 4 years, all for the sake of a practical joke. Cheer up, Captain. While it is a shame that the City of Gold did not exist, not a single person here regrets joining you on this journey. The adventures we had together are priceless. Yes, exactly. Let's head back to the Gloria and start a new expedition. Abdul smirked. Looks like I'll be getting busy again. Make sure to take me with you too, Chief. Thank you, everyone. Before we head back, I'd like to ask you to keep what happened here to yourself. I fear the rest of the crew might not forgive me if they learned what occurred. Now let's head back. Sir. City of Gold. More than one adventurer has set out with visions of unearthing this paradise, only for their dreams to be shattered. Yet some brave souls continue to search for this place despite the odds. Captain, I apologize for interrupting you at such a crucial time, but look, there's more to the letter. What? P.S. Try turning the treasure chest around. For suffering through the world's greatest prank, you deserve a reward. Well, not as extensive as what the City of Gold itself might have offered. I'd like to share with you a little something I've collected in my travels. From Caluxduin with love. Turn the chest around. And it is letter specified. In that moment, the walls caved in. Dust filled the air. And I found it impossible to keep my eyes open. When I finally was able to uncover my eyes, all the cavern walls had turned to gold. Thus, the City of Gold lives on. Mesa's Musings. Okay, I mean, here's the thing. That was 40 minutes. If you stuck around this long, thank you. I probably just gonna throw this at the end of the video. We'll see. I mean, you guys know based off what you guys know before I do. As far as I know, I actually knew that these existed, but I totally forgot. These were basically, they're not choose your own adventure, but they're like old school RPGs where it's like you choose what you do and where you go. And they were only in like the Japanese version of the game. I think this is the first time we've gotten official English translations, which honestly is pretty neat. I'll go over the other ones as well once we get to them, but I might just end up making them their own episodes. I'll probably keep going here. Again, you guys know at this point if I put this at the beginning or the end. So either way, let's go ahead and head to Yogu Wood. Yogu Wood. Oh, I can still have all 5 of my units. Great. So I'm not going to be hindered by
Very well.
my guest that's going to be joining us, maybe? Actually, because I don't see the guest, she might not be.
I won't disappoint. No turning back.
Those who fell in the 50 Years' War still linger in this wood. Let us lay these wandering souls to rest.
Very easy, just defeat all the enemies.
I must concentrate.
All right, they're just undead, so this really shouldn't be too bad. Move up, attack Gilda. Yep, and here's Ramza just at his peak now. We're just going to start shredding the enemies here. Throw a Fuma Shuriken to... Here's the problem, though. We do have to kill them in a certain amount of time, or else they'll revive. So we are on a little bit of a time crunch here. It shouldn't be too bad. I also don't think these guys attack with physical damage, like, at all. So Golem's not going to do me much good here. So we'll just go for physical damage the best we can. There we go. Move up. Let's go ahead and do a aim plus 10 at you. Interesting. Those are black mages, but I guess they are undead black mages, which is interesting. Good evasions. A single summon here is gonna go like crazy. What can I do? Can I summon Bahamut? What's his range? Actually, not as big as I'd want it to be. That's a little unfortunate. Instead, let's do a holy spell on you. Yep, because you're going to take increased damage due to being undead. Well, there goes, wow, well, nothing I can do about that. There goes, Ramza. Let me try to get him up. Ramza, get up. Well, I said I would try to get Ramza up. Doesn't mean it's guaranteed. Good potion, good potion. Okay, let's keep moving up, I guess. Can't do anything else. Can I at least... Nope, can't use an item. Can I get rid of you, please? No, but I just need to do 81 damage as an aim 3. Give me 81. Nope, an aim 7 probably will, though. Yes, it does. I didn't think the black mages were going to shred me so much. Okay. Oh, he moved in the way. Oh, that sucks. That's annoying. Get punched. I do need to get Ramza up, though, because he's almost dead. Let's raise you. Oh, I can't raise yet. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We do need to go use the Phoenix down, then. Get up, kid. You might go down immediately. No, they targeted my ninja. Good. Well, that sucks, because we're about to have one of them get revived immediately. Aim 7 at you. Going for Ramza. Yep. I'm not shocked, but it's going to be a little unfortunate here. I need to drop you. There we go. Get rid of that one. And all that's left is this guy. How much will a holy do? Should kill as long as it lands. The problem is I don't know who's about to come up. Okay, someone did not come up. So I guess they're not guaranteed to be revived. I guess there's just a chance. We're gonna... Oh, nope, never mind. That one came up. Well... We drop you immediately. There we go. And then Holy lands, and that's the fight.
Let us put some distance between us and this haunted wood.
Very easy fight. As long as you are ready for it. Again, I don't think the undead enemies are usually that tough, especially with Holy on the on a white mage. That's just crazy damage. I think we still have time for another mission. So, as long as this isn't, we'll save just in case. If it's a like series of battles, we won't have time. But if it's just one, we'll be fine. Oh, perhaps it's not even one.
Ah, a warmest welcome to you both. I do hope you found my halls to your liking. They may lack the grandeur of Lazalia's, but I find they make up for it in other ways. Castles built as seats of governance are so dreadfully plain, would you not agree? There's such greater beauty in a fortress built for war. Ivalice herself would seem to be in agreement. Ever has she been ruled by men with power. Some might see this latest upheaval as a sign the crown, in its austere seat, has lost the strength to reign her.
Your summon spoke of matters more pressing than the style of Lazalia's keep.
Must everyone be in such haste? Very well. I shall ask you outright. Will you not join your strength with mine? As I said a moment ago, it is power that rules Ivalice. Who do you think now holds power? Duke Larg, the White Lion? Or Duke Goltana, the Black? No. I can assure you it is not they. The ones who hold true power are the ones who hold the Zodiac Stones. The Knights Templar. The stones are said to possess phenomenal magic, far surpassing any arcane apparatus or enchanted relic one might care to mention. They are even held to be responsible for the cataclysm that laid waste to Molond in bygone days. While this is generally regarded as a fairy tale, I know for a fact that Saint Ajora himself once wielded the stones. And using their power, he annihilated his foes. No mere fable invented to inspire the masses, this, but a true miracle of the gods. Now, at this very moment, you and yours seek the stones. What do you wish to achieve with such fearsome might?
Speak you in seriousness, Your Grace. Forgive me, but I would never have expected a man like yourself to believe in such utter fantasy.
You mean to tell me that you do not? For Knights Templar, you exhibit a surprising lack of faith in the holy power of the Zodiac Stones. I find that rather curious. I had heard that the Cardinal's death was somehow connected to the stones.
Truly? As I had it, the Cardinal had taken ill.
Is that so? Might I ask, then, the reason you seek that young Beowulf? I can only imagine what he must have done to earn the label of heretic.
The Inquisitors do not share with us the reasons for their decisions.
So, even the Knights Templar know nothing at all. How terribly convenient. Still, I wonder if there could not be some detail you are simply forgetting. Marak!
Father, forgive me.
Your meaning becomes clearer.
Your boy was carrying Scorpio and Taurus, which we've taken for safekeeping.
You worthless fool of a son.
Pardon my intrusion, Your Grace, but your long-awaited guests are at our gate.
Marek, would you kindly see to them?
What is it you wish, Barrington?
Cooperation. I said as much a few moments ago. It would be a mutually beneficial arrangement, I assure you.
And if we were to refuse?
Then I suppose I'd be forced to unmask the Church's plot for what it is.
The stones alone prove naught.
In that you are correct, sir. But it would be hard to say the same of the scriptures of Germanique. After all these years as naught but rumors, who could have guessed that the Church had them under lock and key in the vaults of Aubonne Monastery? Were their contents to be made public, I imagine the Church would suffer a dizzying fall from grace. Its faithful flock would scatter to the four winds. Of course, in order to save itself, the Church would most certainly deny the scriptures as false. But that still leaves our friends in high places. Lag, Goltana, even the Council, all would covet the scriptures for the power they offer.
Where are the scriptures?
Ah, who could say? You of all people must know how easily such details can elude the mind's grasp.
Graf, see to the mage who left a moment ago. I shall attend to matters here.
Do not think to threaten me. This is a battle you cannot hope to win.
No, it is one we cannot possibly lose. Who is there to oppose us, save you feeble-bodied humans?
Father?
You misjudged the strength of your enemy, Gareth Barrington. There will be no sport in killing you.
You would raise arms against your host under his own roof?
The hospitality of your hall grows cold. I fear I shall have to take my leave. Once I've shown you the power of the stones.
Yep, the battle at Riovanes Castle. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get to that in this episode. Can I flee safely? Yes. Perfect. We can go ahead and return back to the map. Fortunately, there's not much for me to do. Ramza is at his best potential. Sigurd as well. Unfortunately, as I've said, he'll be leaving us here pretty soon. Conchessa is pretty strong. Honestly, it's almost worth swapping off Summoner, but I think we'll keep her on at least for this final little area. As for Mustadio, he's also going to be off my team starting in Chapter 4. He'll be like my first one that I ditch as soon as I get a better party member. And then Agrius is here. Agrius just needs to level up her monk. It'll happen pretty soon. But either way, though, guys, I think we'll go ahead and wind things down here. This is the end of Chapter 3 in Riovanes Castle. So, in the next episode, we'll be ending up Chapter 3 and moving on to Chapter 4. I will see you guys then.